Yay. All right. What's up, cool kids? 2 people have already liked this video and nothing has happened yet. Y'all are some optimistic folks. As per usual, can I get a sound check from somebody? Mary, can you hear me? Please tell me if words are happening. I don't trust this snowball any further than I can throw. Actually, no, I can throw the snowball much further than I trust it. Okay, cool. Thank you, everyone. Oh, look at all these folks. I'm so excited. Today I started having like a really pervasive creeping fear of like, what if you just boldly assumed these people would care about seeing your dumb face? Oh, yay, Nate's here. Guys, my dad is here and he just got back from graduation. What's up, Nate? Look at all these folks. I had this like creeping fear that none of y'all would actually care about anything I had to say if I wasn't immediately providing somewhat useful sex ed information. And that also I wouldn't have any like questions to answer. And I've resolved, as some of you may have seen on Twitter, to just sit here and stare dead-eyed into the camera for the full 60 minutes. Jordan, you're going to have to run that by Nate. That's not up to him to pick. I have a knee-jerk gag reflex reaction to seeing the phrase Mr. Martz, but I'll learn to cope. That's not his name. Feels a little whitewashy. Yeah, Nate, weigh in on this. But then I remembered that I can't get people to stop sending me questions on Tumblr. And then, yeah, you're way better than Mr. Martz. Mr. Martz sucks. If anyone can find Dave Martz's address in Billings, Montana, please send him nothing illegal, but something gross. Don't tell him I sent you. Oh no, I did my first AMA and 2 minutes in, we're doxing my father. Fuck. Please don't dox him. I don't care if anything bad happens to him, but like, yeah, glitter bomb my dad. Oh, he deserves it. Do it. This already took a wild turn. Anyway, then I remembered that people like literally have not stopped sending me questions in the past 4 years, and I realized getting people to ask me things wouldn't be a problem. Marjo, I'm glad you're here, but if you need to go to sleep at any time. Em, I'm glad you're here on time. Allison, you're here. I thought you were doing stuff tonight. Y'all, okay, listen, y'all, I'm not, for legal reasons, I'm not condoning sending glitter bombs to my father if you can find his address. And for the record, the government could not find him to make him pay child support, so I don't know how good y'all are gonna do. Anyway, I want to start, I felt like maybe this might be awkward. Maybe this is just me and my social anxiety extending to the internet. Oh yeah, you're not, Allison, you're not in Keizo anymore. I'm a dumbass. Sorry, I always see the gay group chat popping off and I assume everyone's doing stuff without me. Oh, Emily's here, woohoo! Emily, feel free to dox my father. Also, give me 2 seconds, the cat needs to be let out because he's screaming. Arcane, go, 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 go. Okay, anyway, yeah, please send my biological father some glitter bombs. Allison, I can't believe you haven't put my father on Mackenzie Bingo yet. Anyway, so I wanted to start by saying something. I don't want to say I'm sorry for my hair because I don't believe in apologizing for my appearance because it's not my obligation to look good for anyone. But I do want to request thoughts and prayers for my hair because I'm trying to grow it out right now. And it's currently at the phase of growing out where it just turns into like a 15-foot vertical skateboard jump. I don't know if like back in the day in like the peak of the One Direction fandom, any of y'all ever watched The Adventurous Adventures of One Direction, but like there's a joke about how Zayn's hair is just really up, and that's my hair right now. This isn't the floof. Y'all haven't seen the floof yet. I'm trying to grow it back out to a similar point that it was at my freshman year of college, and it's going to take a while, and it's going to be some whack hair. First question of the night from Sinister Sister. Basically, I want to grow this up like really tall and maybe in the back, but then keep the sides completely shaved once that's all grown out. I think it's going to look really cool. Eli is here too. Oh my God. I thought y'all were supposed to be doing stuff last night or tonight and hanging with Kelsey, who's in town. Please pay attention to Kelsey. Oh, look at all these nice folks shaving their heads in the chat. I love it. So that was our first question. So we're off to a great start. I don't know how to moderate this now. All I know is that Allison is sitting somewhere with a bingo sheet, and we got to keep that entertained. Yeah, pretty much a massive curly unicorn mane. I had kind of a full head fluff when I was 18 because I didn't know how to shave my head then. But I'm gonna do better, and it's gonna be tall. It's not gonna be long because my hair doesn't do good long, and also I don't want to have long hair unless I can look exactly like Hosier. Like I want to be a tall, skinny man, basically, and that's like my ideal body type. All right, we're just doing questions now. I did shave Eli's head on Wednesday, and I should tell everyone because I did really good. Eli looked great. Thank you, Eli, for that shameless talking up of my abilities. Okay, Mary wants to know how's the new job. New job is good. I walk a lot. I'm tired. I handle a lot of books. Use a lot of hand sanitizer because a lot of other people also handle those books. But it's nice. I really like it. I think the folks I work with are really cool. It's going to be a good job. Oh, this is going to be absolutely untenable. It's okay. Just try not to bombard. I can keep track of questions. So new job is going really, really well. I like the library. It's good. All of the anxiety involved with it is entirely induced by myself and being nervous about ingratiating myself into a new working environment with new people, but it's getting better by the day. So it's good. It's really good. Let's see. Oh, Allison said if I can look like Hosier, I'll be the coolest mom. I can't. He's like 6.5 feet tall. I already can't do that. Jordan wants to know what shinies I have. I'm not going to pull out my phone and like go through all of them at this exact moment, but I did catch a shiny Chikorita the other day that I love a whole lot. She's a Bayleaf now. I have a shiny Blastoise. I'm going to forget all of them. I don't have a ton of shinies. The ones that I do have, I treasure. I did not find a shiny Baneri, which makes me very sad because I love the pink. Okay, another person named Eli commented that they now know how the multiple Nates feel. There's also multiple Emilys. I'm sorry, I don't always like make the connection of like, oh, there's multiple folks with the same name. I should try to differentiate somehow. I see a name that I know and I'm like, friend. Oof, yeah, high five for libraries. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. What kind of tasks do I do at my job? Right now, they haven't taught me a ton. The thing I've mostly been doing for the last couple weeks is shelving. They give me a cart of books, and it's either the nonfiction section upstairs or the fiction section on the first floor, or now the children's room. The children's room is the last thing they taught me, or it's the DVDs and the teen books that go down in the basement where DVDs and teens belong, and I go put them on shelves. But I've also recently started doing the smart drop, which is when we take the books that people and the DVDs that people drop in the little return slot, and I check them back in, and I'm like, it's here now. It's good. It's very like quiet work. It's very non-anxiety inducing work because once you know what you're doing, you're pretty much set to go forever under your own power, like a shark. From Eli, not other Eli. Both Eli's have anonymous icon. Eli that I know in person. Favorite thing about Montana, my family is there, and I love them, Eli. Obviously. Yeah, Gygaxis Vaneheart. There's definitely only one of you. Someone please make a fake Gygaxis account right now, though, just to keep things going. Let's see. Oh my god. Wait, who had a shiny Vaporeon? I believe one of the people named Emily had a shiny Vaporeon once, but your best friend stole it. What the fuck? Your best friend deserves to be in jail with Kevin Punt. Oh, there's a Kevin Punt reference immediately under that. God damn it. I was not first. The Teen Zone is in the dungeons, although fittingly that is where we keep the Dungeons and Dragons material. So, I don't know why they assume only the teens want the D&D. They also assume that only the teens want the DC and Marvel comics. It's questionably sorted. Oh, good. Can we all scream about Kevin Punt now? We're not doing that. That villain Kevin Punt. From Haley, oof, I used to spend my Saturday mornings shelving, and it was both terrible for my ADHD, but great for my anxiety. So I can't it's good for anxiety, and I can't quantify that I have ADHD. That's not a thing that I can medically prove, but I know I do have a brain that gets very fuzzy and unfocused sometimes. It's either very good or very bad for that, because I'm either in the zone or I start introspecting and playing therapist with myself and going over all of my current emotional problems, which is not an ideal state to be in. while one is trying to remember the Dewey Decimal System. The other day, I don't know how many of you saw it, but there was this picture going around Twitter of like what the milk duct tissue looks like on the human body, and it was basically just this like heinous meat flour. And I'm not saying that to shame bodies. I'm saying it because like thinking about that being in me and on me and part of me just like set me into a fucking zone for the entire 4 hours of my shift, and I could not stop thinking about the reality of my milk ducts and how much I do not want them. I think there was like a question. Wait. Oh, okay, from Carol. Coffee, tea, or neither, and what do you take with it? Neither. I'm a hot chocolate bitch, and I will put a lot of whipped cream on it. Marjo, I'm sorry. Kevin Punt is a villain who stole a beloved Tangela from a good boy. And we hate him, and he deserves to be in jail. It's a Pokemon thing. I'm sorry. Allison, I know you're being bullied. God, I cannot keep up with chat right now. Yeah, we don't, it does snow in Montana. Making fun of Allison for not knowing if it snows in Montana is a joke that we're not bringing into this year. Okay. I gotta, at the people that I know in real life, I need you all to like tone down the amount of chatting you're doing in the chat right now because I cannot possibly keep up with it. And also I know for a fact there's a group chat that you could all use for this. This is like the one stream where it is vital to keep the chat bullshit to a minimum. Oh my God. Y'all are killing me. Do I have marshmallows with my hot chocolate? Not often. I don't love marshmallows. Except for Peeps when they're stale. Don't at me about it. I'm looking for questions. Yeah, we're all just shamelessly plugging Unraveled now. Sorry, everyone. Mint hot chocolate is the bomb.com. I've never had it. Opinions on Furbies or favorite weird early 2000s toy if you have one. The only thing that brought me any joy in the early 2000s was Pokemon. I didn't play with anything else. It was just me and my 6,000 Pokemon cards against the world. I never had a Furby. I believe Furbies were for kids who had money. Let's see. Okay. I read Brooke saying they're made out of animal bones, and for a second I thought that was in reference to the Furbies, and I totally believed it. And then I remembered it's actually about marshmallows, which is fucked up, but not as fucked up as if Furbies were made of animal bones. Good God. Let's see. What is my favorite meme and why? Probably a Vine reference of some kind. I'm a big fan of the Road Work Ahead Vine, which is partially due to Allison, who cherishes it. It's just a good response. As soon as you ask me what memes I like, I'm gonna gone. Suffice to say, I am a fan of some memes. The how do you do fellow kids reaction image is a golden classic. Jesus God. I don't hate Marjo's idea of asking 600 question marks after a legitimate question if you ask it, just so I can spot it easily and ignore the other bullshit. From Jordan, have you had Waffle House? Thoughts? If so, no, I don't believe Waffle House exists north of the Mason-Dixon line very far. I've never had it. I've only had like the staples like IHOP. If I ever come south enough, I will defo try a Waffle House. A single Waffle House. At M. Middleton, I don't believe a fresh peep and a stale peep are indistinguishable. A stale peep has that crunch. It still tastes bad, but it has the crunch. The crunch is important. What is the worst discourse Tumblr has ever tried to involve you in? Let's see. There's the time, I was just talking about this today with Allison. There was the time I was called lesbophobic for pointing out that Kristen Stewart never said she was a lesbian, and she is in fact not a lesbian. That was followed up by a charming, "This is why no one likes bisexuals," and I was like, oh, cool, you're just an asshole. Got called a homophobe because I didn't ship Steve and Bucky. Got called... I was told that I had been a very promising sex educator until I refused to stop using the word queer about myself. That one was a lot to take in. God, what else? Oh, was recently, I think, accused of being a homophobe when I said it was weird that J.K. Rowling is like talking about Dumbledore and Gurmpadurk fucking whatever his name, Johnny Depp, that diseased creature. Just a lot of. I think the recurring theme here is me being called a homophobe in some way, even though I am the homo. So that's all buck wild. Yeah, well, I mean, Waffle House definitely doesn't exist in Montana. We also don't have it in Michigan, as far as I know. Let's see. Childhood favorite animal, still my current favorite animal, the majestic manatee. I don't know why I gestured to myself as if I am the majestic manatee, but I love it a lot. I thought for a long time when I was a kid that I was going to grow up and be a marine biologist, and I really thought it would be neat to work with manatees. And then I took advanced biology in high school, and I was like, oh, science is hard and shit. So now I'm not a marine biologist. Instead, I found out science was hard, and I got a degree in sociology, as one does. But I still love manatees a whole lot. I also think whale sharks are really great. Right now in the children's section in the library where I work, one of the books that's like front facing for display in the nonfiction section is a book about whale sharks. And I really appreciate whichever one of my coworkers decided to forward face that bad boy. Because every time I walk by, I'm like, hey, little buddy, I love whale sharks. Let's see. Oh God, why are we talking about long Furbies? I hate this, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this. What is a long Furby? Ah! Okay, a lot of talking about Waffle House. I'm so behind. Eli, when did I get called a TERF? Oh, yeah. No, I was like, hey, every time I'm like, the makeup post where I'm like, isn't it like fucked up how like people who identify as women are like socialized to believe that like their face is required to look the way it does with like 20 plus products of makeup in an hour of time. And then people were like, TERF. What are you gonna do? Let's see. Are you really from Tumblr if you haven't? I hate the phrase from Tumblr. Do I speak any languages other than English? I have been studying Spanish for like 2 years. I am not confident in my conversational abilities, even though I lied and said that I was to get a job. I don't think they hired me because of my Spanish speaking. I did in fact lie about that after they'd already hired me. I was just desperately trying to make myself look good. So I speak Spanish. I understand Spanish better than I speak it. I read it better than I speak it. I read it better than I write it. I'm trying to get better. As some of you may know, I suffer from the threat of the Duolingo owl constantly. I have not done my Duo today, and I'm afraid she's going to come like knocking at my window any second. I actually just checked out a book today at the library that is a translation of one of my favorite YA novels into Spanish, because I thought maybe it'd be easier to start reading Spanish if I started with a book that I have already read and have some context for. So fingers crossed about that. I don't think it's going to be easy to read, but I'm excited to try. Have you read the sequel to The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue? And if so, which did you like best? Oh God, this is something I could maybe do like an entire sub-stream about, and I don't know if I can answer it briefly. So for those of you who don't know, The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee, no relation, obviously, that's not how names work, is one of my very favorite YA books in the world. I've knocked something over. No worries, it was just nail polish. The sequel, The Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy, is fine. It's just fine. It's fine. This is fine. It's fine. But what is my favorite thing about Kalamazoo? All of my sweet baby gays, since one of them is asking. No, but honest to God, like the community I found in Kalamazoo and like the very cool scene that is here. If you like go, like surface level, it's very average, like Midwestern small city. But like if you go poking for like 5 seconds, you find just like the coolest people here and like the art scenes and the community and the, like the progressive attitude and just like cool little like pockets of very, very good stuff that I really like being a part of, that I'm really excited to start, being much more deeply involved in now that I will not have like school eating my entire life. Like, being involved with stuff at the library and with Out Front, which is our local LGBT org, for those of you who don't know, who are starting a queer zine that I'm really excited to maybe contribute to, or at least lead some workshops around. And the Universalist Unitarian Church, who are the folks that certified me to lead a sex ed program with their 4th through 6th graders next year. Just really digging into stuff like that. I'm really, really looking forward to. I cannot believe we're still debating where Waffle Houses exist. This is fucking wild. From Mary, not to brag, but favorite art I've made for you. I fucking adore you, Mary. The one about Baniri was very good because I like that Baniri can hate you with the rage of a caged god or whatever it was. I also really like that you made one that said what was it? My unruly heart loves widely and in many directions, because that wasn't even a stream thing. That was just a thing I said that I meant wholeheartedly. And the fact that you liked that enough to make it into a calligraphy was very cool. And I appreciated it a lot. Oh, okay. Eli, who I do not know personally, said, didn't you specifically say that you didn't want to reblog other posts like that because the OPs were TERFs, though? Yes. It turns out you can. This is a very late answer to the makeup post question, but I'm moving down the chat at like snail speed. But yes, it turns out you can, in fact, start a post by saying, I fucking hate that mostly TERFs think this thing, or I fucking hate that mostly TERFs are the ones talking about this thing, and therefore I, not a TERF, am going to talk about it, and people will still call you a TERF. Because we've really, really, really hammered in this idea that the only people who can criticize makeup are trans exclusionary ass buckets, and that is part of the problem. And I could really go off on that one for a while, but I actually have scheduled a whole stream for that in late May, so we're going to leave that for now, but yes. What's the worst sex ed horror story I've heard? I'm still kind of hung up on the person who wanted to know if it was like normal that they sometimes lost feeling in their legs and passed out when they got their period. But that one just sticks out because it's very recent, and also kind of I did a whole stream about, I bumped the desk. And by desk, I mean mini fridge. I do this whole stream by balancing a laptop, a microphone, and a lamp on a mini fridge. It's very hard to I did have to tell a person once that they probably had chlamydia, and that was not fun. Like, I don't think there have been any like real horror stories though. I mean, like there are, but not like just like not. I don't think I've seen like the absolute worst case scenario thing that could happen. That would be like someone. I don't know. My brain is like melting, clearly. One person did tell me, because I was asking asexuals about their experiences with sex ed, and one person told me when they were like 14 or 15 years old, they were asking their teacher if it was normal to be that age and to have not experienced like sexual attraction. And their teacher told them that if he had not felt sexual attraction by the time he was that age, he would have killed himself. Which is like maybe the most genuinely furious I've ever been with a stranger. I'm going to say it's that one. Favorite member of the Bat Fam. Yeah, Batman questions. I don't play favorites. I love them all a whole lot, and my favorite member kind of depends on what I've been reading lately. But if I was going to narrow it down, I would say it's probably either Bruce or Cass or Steph. I'm going to narrow it down to those three. My longest duo streak might be the one I'm on right now. I don't know. I don't remember. I think I was at like, I always break them in the stupidest ways by like doing something and just forgetting and then being like, nah, fuck it. It's fine. But right now I'm going on like 30 days, I think. I'm just really desperately, no, it's gotta be less than that. I know, because right now I'm calculating my duo streak in terms of how long it'll take me to get to 69 days. Nice. And I know I'm going to hit it around the end of May. I'm going to hit 69 the end of May. Anyway. Oh, shit, that was a book plug. Ah, fuck. Also, Allison, yes, you can steal that book from me. I'm going to try to move faster. I don't know why Nate just popped up in the chat to say dad, parentheses, me. But you are correct. Dad is you. Oh, you're the best part of Kalamazoo. Gotcha. Okay, we're talking about long Furbies. Nate, please don't marry my mom. You're supposed to marry Paige. What the fuck? What are my pronouns and my sexual orientation? My sexual orientation is queer, but bisexual is also a word that I use a lot. I got a whole tattoo about it, and I have a bi flag hanging on my wall, and a lot of buttons, and my YouTube icon. So I'm pretty comfortable identifying as bi. Queer is like the most comfortable space for me to inhabit, but bisexual is like pretty damn good. I've also got, this picture of me and Miss Janelle Monáe with that same bi pride flag that hangs out on my wall. So like now I got commit to that. No takebacks. It's Janelle Monáe approved. My pronouns are listed in my bio on everything. She, her is okay. They, them is also okay. Like really okay. Like feel free to use those. I'm kind of easing into seeing how that feels. Kind of giving that bad boy a whirl. I haven't added them to anything because that feels like a large commitment to make, but like I do have a button that says it, so that I'm wearing now along with my she, her buttons. So we'll see. Time will tell. My favorite D&D NPC or PC that I've ever created. Those are two wildly different questions because I tend to gauge. First of all, because I've made a lot more NPCs than PCs for like obvious reasons, because I've been DMing a campaign for 16 months and I've gotten to play, and I have not gotten to play I've played a player character maybe twice since I've started DMing, because that's how it goes. My favorite PC is absolutely Petunia Thunderfist. She's the one that I've played the most. She is a dwarf paladin who I like a lot. She's very fun to play. I really like her relationship with her deity. She's a very cool character. She feels like more just like whole and well-rounded to me than like any of the other PCs I've made, which again is probably because I like have played her more, but also because I've spent more time playing her. No, I've played her more and I've spent more time thinking about her. I said the same thing twice. I even have a little crochet doll of her that's very cute and good. I can run and grab it if anyone wants to see it. She lives on my living room table with my dice, but I can like go grab that if you want. If you do, I won't see it till I scroll down a bit, but I will go grab her at that point. I'll be like, shit, Petunia. My favorite NPC is very hard to decide. I mostly gauge favorite NPCs in regards to like how the party reacts to them and wants them to come back. But some NPCs that I like that I will rattle off quickly are Wobegon Holt, a human wizard. She's like a 17-year-old coroner in a little western town, and she's adorable, and I love her. Stefan the Ice Wizard, who exists to be a shitty bitch, but also our ranger's best friend. I really like Keith. He's a Yuan Ti chef. He's a big old trans dude snake guy who just like walks around wearing an apron that says "Hiss the Cook" all the time, and he's very good. Let's see. I'm not missing some. Oh wait, I'm not missing some questions. There's some if I don't have anything to like say about them, I'm just gonna skip them. I'm sorry. Favorite Marvel character is probably either Clint Barton as he's written by Matt Fraction, because Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye is nothing. Jeremy Renner is to Hawkeye what Henry Cavill is to Superman, which is to say a lamp that someone put a superhero Halloween costume on and called a character. But I really like Comics Clint, who's like a depressed, disabled disaster man. Kate Bishop is good. I really like Kamala Khan. The entire cast of Into the Spider-Verse, obviously, are. What Bat family member do I think has been done the most dirty by DC? Depends on the week. What is my favorite comic book character outside of the Bat family? Probably Black Canary. I love Dinah Lance. I have cosplayed Dinah Lance. I adore Dinah Lance. I'm also really, really fond of Rose Wilson. And at this point, it's kind of like she's one of those characters who's like barely a character. But I adore her with my whole heart. She is my rare character love fest. Okay, my father popped out. Yeah, the chat is absolutely buck wild. What language do I like the sound of most but not speak? That's difficult to answer because I don't spend a lot of time listening to other languages. Um, wait, what the fuck? Why did? Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait. Riley, are you actually outside? What the fuck? Yo, my new roommate may or may not be outside. Not actually outside. What the fuck? This is the most distressing thing I've ever read in my life. Okay. Languages I like but don't like the sound of but don't speak. It's hard to answer because I don't spend a lot of time listening to languages that I don't speak. Arabic is very pretty. And that's about all I got. Can I just say Spanish since I don't like speak Spanish? Let's see. Someone said, I sometimes think of you as a they. That is not bad. Please keep doing that. I very much like being thought of as genderless, which is a thing I've been gradually realizing about myself for like a year. Ran a Twitter poll about it a while back. Like 75% of respondents, and there were a good number of them, were like, I do not find you masculine or feminine. And I was like, oh, cool, me neither. About a year ago almost, I was at a show with a friend of mine who identifies as non-binary, and they like casually said something along the lines like, oh, you're so genderless. And I was like, that feels nice. I like existing in a wibbly area. So we'll see where that's going. Maybe that's like the hot new gender development of 2019. Gender-wise, I largely identify as a shitty bog hag anyway, so. Thoughts on Taz Lucretia. Love her, beautiful. The way Carrie Peach draws her is chef's kiss. So good. What Twilight book do I like the most or hate the least? Nah, it's not the least amount of hate. I think the classic is where it's at. For me at least. I'm very much one of those people who's like the original installment is the best. Except for High School Musical. The second High School Musical is the better one. But the first Twilight is best, and that applies to both the book and the movie. Although I will say I am a huge fan of the wacky gender-flipped Twilight Stephenie Meyer dropped for the 10-year Twilight anniversary, which is still the first book, just with Edith and Beaufort instead of Bella and Edward. I'm going to go get Petunia now. Sit tight. Okay, I'm back. You better not have blown up the chat while I was gone. Okay, so here's Petunia. She has like her long flowing hair and her hammer that's like the size of her body. And these are little flowers all over her armor because she's like super femme, but she also has a beard because I believe that all female dwarves also have beards, and people who don't let them have beards are cowards. So that's Petunia. She was made by my dear friend Jacqueline, who some of you may recall from the Aromantic and Demi-Romantic stream. She's very talented. You should follow her here on YouTube. Her name is Janity, spelled like manatee with a J. Okay, Eli has an unclear question. Who was that girl you had in the one shot I was part of? She was great. I remember nothing else about her. Eli, I was every character in that one shot that was not a player character. You're gonna have to be more specific, please. Let's see. Okay, now we're all just dunking on Jeremy Renner. Have I seen Endgame? Am I going to see Endgame? I have not seen Endgame. I had people spoil Endgame for me because I've lost the capacity to care about Endgame. It sounds bad. Do I have only the one cat Arcane? It's just Arcane. This is a mood I didn't quite realize I had until now. So neat. Oh, that could be about anything, but Gygaxis, I feel you. Once again, my nail color is very pretty. You're correct. No one asked, but I had it here on standby just in case. It's from Different Dimensions, and it is called Mystery Prototype 52, and everyone else needs to start naming their nail polish that well immediately. How do I feel about the Bree Tanner Twilight spinoff book? That is the one Twilight book I have not read. Yeah, it's a beard. Oh, we all stand Petunia. Fuck yeah. Oh wait, shit. Mary, I'm sorry. Mary, I can send you like detailed pictures of Petunia later if you would like that, because I would very much love art of Petunia. Please. I have very good pictures of her on Facebook that I can bounce your way. Okay, some people are talking about Allison's summer job. Petunia's full name is Petunia Thunderfist. Thunderfoot is a mistake that is a confusion that has been made before, though. Let's see. Oh shit, I've caught up with the chat. Hot damn. Okay, let's be cool about Endgame. Just because I'm jaded and I don't care about spoilers does not mean other people don't. So let's not get wild. I'm begging. If some asshole, if somebody gets mad because Endgame got ruined for them trying to watch my stream, I'm gonna feel very bad. Yeah, no, for the record, as always, like, this is like when I was being a crank about Captain Marvel all over again. If you like it, that's awesome. I'm jazzed for you. I just don't give a shit about Endgame. It's been too long. It feels too manufactured for me to care. Infinity War was also very bad for me. I did not care for Infinity War one fucking bit. Thoughts on all the end gay with a Y asks, I think they're fucking hilarious. I'm really glad we've decided to rewrite Endgame as the gay porn we all deserve. And also that the Hulk is getting spooned. That's wholesome. Favorite candy and ice cream flavor, like together? Or just separate? Favorite candy is Sour Patch Kids are the first thing that came to mind. I like sour shit. I also really like chocolate. But chocolate's more of like a need. Sour is an enjoy. You know what I mean? Like sometimes emotionally, I'm just like, I need chocolate right now. And sour is like something I actively seek out for pleasure and not necessity. Most controversial food opinion. I already told you I enjoy stale Peeps. What the fuck else do you want from me? Favorite ice cream flavor really depends on my mood, but again, I like it with a lot of shit in it. Like cookie dough's good, mint Oreo ice cream is good. I just like more stuff in my stuff. Like the more shit you can pack into one bowl, go for it. That was not a weed thing. It's just an ice cream thing. I don't partake of the devil's lettuce. Favorite flavor to combine with chocolate? Mint, motherfucker. Thin mints are where it's at. How old is Arcane? I love him, so I'm going to ask questions about him. What are annoying things that he does? He's close to 2007. He's 1.5. I don't fucking know. Let's see. Annoying things that he does are running around my room, knocking all of these things off my walls, including a $25 fucking print that he won't leave alone that I hang by my bathroom that says, "Ladies, no fighting in the bathroom." And I think it's very clever, and the fact that my cat will not let me be clever makes me sad. God. Why did I decide to go to school in Michigan? Because I was an unsupervised, gifted student, 17-year-old whose parents had not gone to college, who was left to my own devices, and I Googled the requirements, must have sociology program and also not be in Montana. And the other school I was looking at was in California, and the other school I was looking at was in Alaska. And of the three, my mom said this one was best because if I died, my aunt in Chicago could come up and identify my body. So I went to school in Michigan. Also, I don't talk to that aunt anymore because she's an asshole and a Republican. And she believes that global warming was invented by the Chinese. To what end, she'd never said. Let's see. What is the most controversial opinion you have according to Tumblr? I don't know, that you can be anti, like, not even anti, that you can, like, be critical of makeup and not be a TERF at the same time. I mean, it really depends, like, what corners of Tumblr you're talking about, because in some corners, the fact that I think, like, ace people are part of the community is controversial. So, like, it really... Which of my opinions are controversial depends on whose perspective you are taking. Am I into other witchy stuff beside tarot? What is my favorite spread? I'm a big fan of just the basic 3-card read, or maybe turning it into a 6-card pyramid if it's going well. I don't do larger, more elaborate spreads often. I'm a very big fan of not even doing a spread, but rather designating a card to symbolize a particular question or issue that I'm asking about, and then just searching through the deck to find that and using the card before and behind it as the read. That's a very simple trick that I find works really well for a lot of situations. So I'm a big fan of that one. And no, I'm really not into other witchy stuff. I like tarot a lot, but that's it. Like I don't like I've owned some crystals. Like I wear hematite a lot, and I enjoy hematite, and I feel very like connected to that. But it's not really like a spiritual thing. It's just like a personal. I enjoy this. Like I own some crystals and shit, but I've never charged them in my life. My favorite crystal is a big rock that my wife sent me. I don't think it's magic, but it does make the cat mad. When I put it in the window, he won't sit in the window. Okay, from Marjo, if I could be one Bat-Fam character, who would I be? Joke's on you, I would be none of them because I can't fight for shit, and I would die the first time I tried to jump off a rooftop. I'd be their fan. If I could have one friend from the Bat-Fam, who would it be? Probably like Cass or Steph or Harper or all three. They're great. Who's my favorite lesbian daughter / mentee? Which was a question from Allison. Definitely Alice. What would my D&D class and alignment be? I don't know. I guess maybe like a bard because I have a ukulele. I don't know if I could like do actual fucking magic with it. Like a chaotic good bard. I don't know. That sounds like a shitty character. Neutral gay bog witch. I like. I don't know why Sinister Sister retracted a message, but I'm nervous. Let's see. And no one here. Wait, what do we got? Ordered a shit ton of crystals. Hell yeah. Have you ever tried water ice? Because no one outside of New Jersey or Philadelphia seems to even know what that is. I also don't know what that is. Allison, for the record, I love you and Alice equally. You're both very good. Sex ed bard, cast spells by teaching people about sex. I like stand on the edge of the battlefield and I'm like, you don't pee out of the vagina. And it does 10d psychic damage. 10d10 psychic damage. I don't know what the fuck D&D is. I say as if I haven't been a DM for 16 months. Let's see. Ideal superpower. Anytime someone uses this as an icebreaker, which is often because I attend a lot of events that have icebreakers, I say it's super speed because that's just practical. You could just get anywhere. Like if not super speed, teleporting. And I say those two because I take the bus. So my ideal superpower is anything that enables me to stop taking the bus. Water ice is like popsicles, but softer, and you eat it with a spoon, and it can come in flavors like Swedish fish and root beer. That's just a half-melted popsicle. What the fuck? Oh, okay, big no from Eli, Jesus. Less crunchy, so it's just a half-melted popsicle. There was another question somewhere. Oh, a trope that I think is underrated. I mean, you all know how I feel about found family, but I just really love found family. Oh, everyone's like misunderstanding what is it called? The fucking ice water? Oof. A trope that I think is underrated. I'm like blanking. If this had come up in casual conversation, I would have been ready to go. Oh, thank God, oh, okay, wait, no, you know Italian ice. The Elis are bonding. This has sorted itself out. I really enjoy, I don't know if this is a trope, strictly speaking, but I really like, oh, fuck, I know what my favorite trope is. It's absolutely like anthropomorphic personifications of death, like as people. That I live for that. I blame my Greek mythology phase as a child, and then it was compounded by reading Terry Pratchett's Discworld when I was like 12, where Death is just like the sweetest, most badly in need of a hug character imaginable. So yeah, it's Death. It's Death. It's Death. It's Death. Like capital letter D, Death as a character. I love that shit. Jordan, I wish you hadn't said Death was sexy, but there may or may not be someone out there drawing fan art of me giving Death a blowjob in a Denny's dumpster per my request. So I can't really comment. Okay, M just mentioned, did you ever read Percy Jackson? Again, Nico was Hades' son. I loved Nico. Nico was my favorite. I love the Death folks. I am fucking obsessed with Persephone. Death as a character is my fave. There was, I've lost track of it now, but it's, someone wanted to know my favorite Umbrella Academy characters other than Diego. I don't even know if Diego's my favorite character. Like, it's very probably Allison and Ben are, like, tied for my faves. Like, probably Allison more than Ben because Allison is more of a proper character. But I'm really holding out for Ben in season 2. Diego just happens to be the one that I'm most, like, painfully fixated on, which is different. Kind of. I have problems. We've discussed this. My taste in men is unfortunate and only gets more unfortunate the deeper you dig into it. I'm gay for anthropomorphic personifications of death. Not necessarily gay for all of them. A lot of them I just think are cool. Like, I don't want to bone, pun intended, Death from Discworld. Obviously, Nico is like a 10-year-old child in Percy Jackson, so that's a no. You know, Kravitz from the Adventure Zone, I'm a huge fan, but he's gay. So I'm not gay for like every personification of death. Mainly Persephone and Hades. Dude, if you wouldn't fuck Hades, you're an idiot. I'm sorry. Do I have a favorite film or TV genre? I would have to watch films or television to have a favorite genre. Anyway, to answer the question, I did read Percy Jackson. I read the original 6 books. I did not read anything after that just because I'd kind of aged out of it and didn't go back. But everything I've heard about it is great. I'm really proud of Rick Riordan for everything he's doing. I think he's like fantastic, honestly. Like, good for him for like bringing so many other writers of color and different backgrounds into the fold to make cool myth stories for everybody. I love Uncle Rick. The Diego thing is a big mood. Yeah, that's fair. Let's see. Hades did nothing wrong. Yeah. I would recommend I don't know how to say that, and that's okay. Someone's rewrites of Greek myths, they're hella good and hella gay. I may or may not get to that. Likely will not. I already have 6,000 things on my reading list. Favorite comic? Probably Brian K. Vaughan's Paper Girls or The Wicked and the Divine. I really like The Wicked and the Divine is the only comic series I'm currently caught up on, which incidentally also features Persephone as a fairly major character. Whoops. I'm obsessed. From DC and Marvel, G. Willow Wilson's Miss Marvel is phenomenal. Matt Fraction's Hawkeye was phenomenal and kind of what got me into comics. I've really liked Tom King's Batman stuff. I fucking loved James Tynion's Detective Comics stuff. And that's about what I'm up on. I really want to catch up on DC stuff, particularly Batfam stuff. The early 2000s Batgirl stuff with Cassandra Cain is really good, but that's like not relevant anymore. That all got retconned away, except in our hearts. Better Taco Twin, Loop or Taco? Both, obviously. You can't separate them. Jesus God. Okay, cool. I parsed Allison's question correctly. Favorite band or singer? Ooh, God. I have so fucking many. I spend a lot of time listening to music, y'all. Janelle Monáe obviously is phenomenal. I haven't been listening to Lorde as much lately, but I still really like Lorde. There's a band called Adult Mom that I just freaking love to pieces. Lizzie No is fantastic and needs to drop another album already because I need some more folk in my life. Let me see. I'm just fucking opening my Spotify right now and looking at what I've been listening to. Let's see. What do I listen to? Fucking Kevin Abstract, of course. Fleetwood Mac is where it's really at for me. As I've said, there's usually a Fleetwood Mac song happening in my head somewhere. Little Sims, I've just been getting into. That's SIMZ, is fucking phenomenal. San Fermin is a band that I'm super, super big into. They have really like atmospheric, like mystical sounding music that just like puts me in a tree talking to a crow who has arcane knowledge. I'm just saying words. Bleachers is a big thing for me. I was like obsessed with Fun in high school, and then Nate Roos kind of fell off the face of the planet. So Jack Antonoff is like carrying the weight now. I hope that was enough bands and singers for everyone's taste. I'm going to remember like 6,000 of them the second this stream is over. Watch me go. What color should I dye my hair next? Allison, you know, whatever color you dye your hair, I will love you. Orange, neon traffic cone orange. Favorite D&D enemy? I don't really have one. A lot of the stuff that my party fights is like homebrewed aggressively. I don't really have like I have 3 NPCs that I make them fight in any setting I can work them into, and it's like they've been like pirates, they've been like train robbers, they've been a rival basketball team, and it's a female gnoll and a human man with an eye patch and a female Yuan-Ti who has snakes for hands, which is a real Yuan-Ti subtype that the book mentions that I think is ludicrous, and her name is Barbara Jean Snake Arms, but we call her BJ Snarms for short. Everyone please feel free to borrow her and use her as a player character. Oh shit, wait, sit tight. Oh yeah, no, Eli is right. Mia Follick is a big one for me. Roman is about to put me on blast. I follow you on Spotify, and on desktop I can hear what you listen to, and that's weird. Oh, that's not putting me on blast. I'm so sorry for you. Sorry for when I just like put one song off the Umbrella Academy soundtrack on loop and call it a day, because I do that a lot. Best D&D race. I'm very fond of tieflings as a concept. Favorite musical, if you're into them, High School Musical 2, obviously. I don't know why we kept making them after that. Okay, I'm seeing music recs that I'm going to forget immediately. Best zodiac sign outside of my own. It's still Leo. BJ Snarms is the optimal name. Yeah, she's a terrible character. She's really bad. Best scene from Umbrella Academy. How do you make me pick one? In terms of Allison, Leos love you back. Marjo's a Leo. Yeah. Okay. Oh wait. Okay. We're having Umbrella Academy questions. Best scenes, there are a fucking lot of them. If we're talking just like purely in terms of like scene composition and like doing stuff with the story, you all know that I think the introductory montage with like the 5 of the 7 siblings is fucking gold. I also really, really, really love the scene where the kids are getting tattoos and Vanya's watching from the stairs and she draws one on her own arm because it's such a fucked up scene. And it's like really like the thesis statement of the show in a nutshell, that like being special and being liked more by their father did not do anything for the like quote unquote older 6 kids, and that it just like brought them all of these like terrible, uniquely traumatic forms of suffering. But that Vanya was like so excluded and so painfully lonely that like she desperately wanted in, even on things that were actively traumatizing her siblings. And that like both of them, like in their little respective pods, like just completely misunderstood the other's suffering and like probably each think the other had it better and never really closed that gap. And that's why they can't stop the apocalypse. I don't know. I'm sure if I watched it again, I'd have like so many. That's the first one that came to mind because I was thinking about it the other day, but I will probably rewatch the series at some point. I'm not a big rewatcher. I don't rewatch anything, even things that I like, but I probably will at some point. at very latest to get hyped for season 2, but there are a lot of good ones. Most of the scenes that heavily integrate music in some way are also good. The scene where they're all dancing, which could only be improved by letting Ben and Five participate. I just, can we get a reshoot of that where like Ben is also in the kitchen jamming with Klaus while they're dancing? Because I feel like that adds a lot. Anyway, okay, I lost track of some questions because you started screaming over the Leo thing. Everyone is allowed to use BJ Snarms. I will send you stats for her. Please use my characters that I can't use enough. I've had a design for a sapient rabbit with a gun for like a year that I'm never going to get to use. Stupidest Diego moment. He had his arm in a cast and he jumped through an unlocked front door. He's so fucking stupid. I love him. There's I don't know how many of y'all are familiar with like those edits that people make of like usually male characters where like they break them into like the types of favorite character, and it's like my baby, my husband, this asshole, and one of them is Let Me Ride You, which is whatever. But there's one going around that has gone around with Diego, and the Let Me Ride You one is like him hitting a punching bag or some shit. And I'm like, absolutely not a chance. The only valid fill-in for that is when he's jumping through a fucking door. Or like maybe when he's eating a raw egg. Because like, Jesus fucking God, you dumb, dumb idiot. He's so stupid. I'm morosexual. I'm proud to be sexually attracted to morons and morons only. And then Diego like jumps through a glass door with a broken arm, and I'm like, God, you're so fucking stupid, as I'm already removing my sweatshirt. Anyway. Some more stuff about Leos. We're not doing astrology. There's a lot of Leos and Leo adjacent people in this chat. Good God. The door. Allison, please use the rabbit. God. 67% of relationships I've had were with Leos. Why do I have such bad taste? First of all, hurtful. Second of all, as a Leo, accurate. Fire signs in general are a fucking nightmare. I've had several absolutely catastrophic relationships with Aries, including one who sent me into a months-long depressive spiral, and one who kidnapped me. The morosexuality is really jumping out right now. That's about me at Diego, and also all the people who are admitting that they willingly dated Leos. How about Geminis? Love them. Geminis are good. We have 2 Gemini Elis in the chat. Now I can't even differentiate you by calling you Gemini Eli. Fuck! Okay, also, I'm not telling the story about the time I got kidnapped. I was lured into a car under false pretenses. It was fine. I was fine. It's fine. Ask a different question. Who wants to talk about the Umbrella Academy? I dropped my water. What about Taurus? My mommy's a Taurus. So they win. Listen, who among us has not been mildly kidnapped by a girl we were casually hooking up with? It's fine. It's fine. Did I read the Umbrella Academy comic? I did not, and I don't want to. And that is literally all I have to say about that. As a Cancer, who should I date? I don't know. Another Cancer, maybe. Or anyone. Astrology doesn't matter. It's all just made up shit. Stuff in space just does stuff. Date whoever. It's all fine. It's all fine. Do not date another Cancer. That's so much crying. Okay, well, I'll take it back. Okay, we devolved into a lot. I'm trying to see if I missed any questions, but it looks like mostly there was just a lot of screaming about astrology. I'm still reeling from the fact that there are people who like can see my Spotify listening activity, and like I have to assume that you all just sit there and you go like, it's another 80s day, huh? If you go to Steak and Shake, what flavor shake are you getting? Mint Oreo. Favorite nut? No, the ones that don't kill me. So like peanuts. A lot of nuts will kill me. Just instant throat swelling and closing. It's not cool. Team big dog or small dog? I love them all. I'm partial to big dogs because I grew up with 2 lab mixes. Is tomato a fruit? Biologically, yes. Peanuts aren't even a real nut. You're not a real nut, you nut. Hey, I remember walking into Spotify. Tell us about the time you ate a nut because you wanted to find out if you were allergic. Ugh, Eli, okay. So, I thought I was going to get away with not telling that story because Nate's not here anymore. Nate never lets that go, but I guess Eli has risen to fill the role of dad friend tonight. Basically, myself and my father figure Nate and a couple other folks whose names I won't mention because I want to respect their privacy, were driving to a conference last year, a conference where I was presenting, by the way. I'm very cool. But also, as the story is about to illustrate, you can be smart enough to present a workshop at a conference and still dumb as a sack of rocks. And we had a big old bag of trail mix, and they were like, raisins and peanuts and M&Ms and stuff, and like stuff that I wanted. But everyone was like, oh, Mackenzie, there's also cashews in there, so you shouldn't eat anything in there. And I was like, why? And they're like, because you're allergic to some nuts. Are you allergic to the cashews? And I was like, I don't know. There's only one way to find out. And I had Benadryl in my wallet, which is an allergy pill, because when you travel, you should take Benadryl with you. So I've got cashew in one hand, Benadryl in the other hand, and cashew goes down the hatch. And then I waited, Benadryl in hand, completely ready to fix the situation. Should I start itching? And I did start itching. And I was like, oh, good news. I'm allergic to cashews. And I popped that Benadryl and nothing bad happened. And it's fine. It's fine. I was fine. Anyway, that's how you do science. You take a calculated risk and you're prepared to handle the results, which I was. Let's see. All the Spotify talk reinforces that you are the 4th McElroy brother. I don't strictly want to be perceived as male, but I will accept being seen as a McElroy brother. That seems like a good thing. Okay, Brooke, you're being fired for saying ketchup is a smoothie. Can we have "you're not a real nut, you nut" on a sticker, please? I don't know how to make that a visually interesting sticker. Let's see. More astrology is happening. Thoughts on casserole, especially tuna casserole. I don't eat casserole. No, I don't eat tuna. I do eat casserole. I don't eat tuna. Casserole's fine, depending on what's in it. I do not consume tuna or any other seafood products. What do I think of Allison's fire sign phobia? As a fire sign, I can confirm you should be wary of us. Could it be that you're a moron and that's why you like more, and that's why I'm more asexual? I mean, maybe. I'm just like desperately looking for someone stupider than me. Who's dumber, the person eating a nut that they may or may not be allergic to, or the person downing a raw fucking egg to flex on his brother? Christ on a stick. Can't believe no one else here is a Scorpio. You say that. I feel like that means the Scorpios are about to come running. Favorite Endgame ask that I got in regards to Endgame with a Y, making it a gay porno. I think I liked the one where someone was like, oh, what did you think of Ant-Man practicing going in Thanos' butt by going in Steve's butt? And then I was like, I think it was nice because they made tender love first to stop it from being awkward. Is lasagna a casserole? I don't know. I forgot if I was still allergic to almonds or not, and I was eating my, I think, mom's. You typed moms, your double moms, biscotti, and I was like, are there almonds in this? And there were, but I kept eating it. Turns out I wasn't. Congrats! I think all fire signs have some moron energy. Well, Allison, that is what a Libra would say, isn't it? Have 18 calligraphy ideas in a notepad. Can I send them after the stream so you can pick from a top 5 and you don't burn yourself out? God fucking damn it, we're still doing astrology. Mary, yes, you can send me that. Okay. For the sake of me having time to do Duolingo tonight. I think I'm going to try to cap this at an hour and a half, which is like the same time long streams usually go. So everybody be aware that the clock is ticking. We've got, oh, mom like grandmom. I've never heard that. Okay. I've never had a grandmother, so I don't know grandma culture. Anyway, just when you thought my family couldn't get any more broken. So we've got like 25 minutes. Eye on the clock, everybody. And by everybody, I mostly mean myself. Favorite Pop-Tart flavor? God, I'm a fucking sucker for the classics. Brown sugar cinnamon is where it's at. Favorite water bottle is not this one. My favorite is definitely the pink one with the whales because my wife gave it to me. I got a rash from using grapefruit shower gel once, and to figure out if I was allergic to grapefruit, I ate a grapefruit, then missed school for a week. Haley! Jesus God. Thoughts on BDG's mustache. It's bad. It's really bad. It like actively knocked the wind out of me. Like it fucked me up. And don't get me wrong, like a good portion of why I was so tripped out was also that like he was wearing a turtleneck with jorts, which is bad. But then you throw in the mustache and I just like lost it. I was shaken to my core. I'm trying not to take it personally, but like a big part of, so my first exposure to BDG was the Perfect Pokey Rap. And I was like, I think like in addition to the phenomenal public speaking skills and dedication to a very niche topic, presented in an incredibly unrestrained way, which are both things I strive for, I was really won over by the fact that his aesthetic is basically exactly what I strive to be, which is like a small, vague, like loosely androgynous person in like a fun colored suit with great hair. And I was like, cool. And then he cut his hair and grew a weird mustache. And I was like, you've personally betrayed me. He's making some great styling choices, except for right now. Favorite Janelle Monáe song, the entirety of Dirty Computer. No, but I actually do really like War of the Roses a lot. If we're not choosing entire albums, I think I'm gonna stick with that one. Yeah, it's a good song. Would I cash app you $20, bro? If I had $20, Bridget, what do you mean you're currently wearing a turtleneck and jean shorts? Bridget is also banned from the chat. Oh, Jordan, I have watched every Polygon video with BDG in it. It is not just the Perfect Pokey Rap. I have binged. So he's not alone. Bridget, that's very noble of you. Best of the 7 birds, I have to pick one. Oh, that's fair. That is a big lesbian look. Best of the 7 birds from the Adventure Zone, for those of y'all who don't know. I'm not like into picking favorites. I guess like Taco is like my favorite character. Just as like a character concept. I don't know. I enjoy Taco. I really enjoy how Taco looks in I have this here in the graphic novel. I like the design in a big way. I mean, they're all really good. I said this, but Carrie Peach's art is phenomenal. I borrowed this from my almost roommate, and it's splendid, and I really like it a lot. Honest to God, I don't think it works as like a solo graphic novel. Like I said this in my Goodreads update, but like it's clearly for people who have listened to the podcast multiple times over, and that's fine. Yeah, I will definitely read Murder on the Rockport Limited when it comes out, if I can borrow it from someone or get it from the library. I know they have the first one. So, y'all, libraries are so fucking good. Thoughts on s'mores? Fucking love them. Fucking love them. Hate camping. Love s'mores. Marshmallows are kind of ass, but I love s'mores. I got so fired up about s'mores. They're just really good. Burnt or unburnt? Pretty fucking burnt. Current mood is topless and eating Pringles as a depression meal, so jorts can't be that bad. Fucking God. That's a mood. It was almost warm enough to be like going around partially undressed here, and then it snowed on me, meaning I could not be partially nude or wear roller skates to go out and skate. Y'all, my beautiful new roller skates got here today, and I can't skate with them. And if the snow doesn't melt, I can't skate with them tomorrow on my day off either. S'mores, but with stale peeps. Bad. Really bad. Don't besmirch s'mores that way. What color are the skate? They are white with purple wheels and laces, and they're very cute, and I'm very proud of them. Y'all should follow me on Twitter because I tweeted a picture of them. I think I also put them on my blog. Wait, Jordan, why are you rioting? What did I do? What did I miss? Is this about astrology again? Can you see the roller skates? Yeah, sure. Why the fuck not? Ugh. Ta-da! Here they are. Entirely unused. Let's see. Thoughts on the 69th episode still being Allison ranting about Glee for an hour? Absolutely, dude. The 69th episode will arrive eventually. Y'all, I did the math the other day. I'm going to have an, I believe, 8-week unbroken streak because I'm not taking another Saturday off until the first month of June for Kalamazoo Pride. So it's just going to be like, here we go. Nonstop. Oh, Jordan, you can't riot against the snow. Maybe go kill some executives for advancing climate change and making it snow at this unseasonable time. Yeah, they're very cute. At M, I'm assuming that was a question aimed at Allison because I've never watched an episode of Glee in my life. So I don't have a favorite character. They are some gorgeous skates. Thank you. I love you all. Eli, I can't do roller derby because I'm 5 feet tall and weigh 23 pounds. I would die. Question for everyone. What's the deal with astrology? What makes it something y'all care about? I've always kind of wondered what the attraction is. People like having ways of analyzing themselves. That's it. People like being told things about themselves and using it to analyze who they are. Or Homestuck. Thanks, Eli. Jordan says, I can ride against anything I set my mind to. Very Leo energy. Favorite board game? I really enjoyed Sorry as a kid. My sister and I will still play. Okay, so my sister and I played Sorry a lot as children to the point that we made up new rules to make it more interesting and harder to win. And we will still play that. Like when I was home for Christmas, she was like, hey, do you want to play Sorry? And I was like, sure. And she's like, do you want to play under the radioactive lightning rules? Which is what we named them because we were 9 and 13. And that's what you name things to make them sound cool when you're 9 and 13. And it makes the game go really fast. So we play 3, 5, 9 rounds back to back to back, trying to rack up wins. And she brought her new boyfriend to play with us. And he just kind of sat there the whole time looking shell-shocked about what he is dating into. It was an important character test for him. Anyway, we're banning Homestuck, it seems. That's another thing that I have never partaken of. Glee and Homestuck have had no sway over me. Oh yeah, Jordan's an okay, sorry, big fire sign energy. I just remember, Inkling of a Dream says, I just remember the Shrek 2 themed Junior Monopoly set my brother and I used to play with. Hell yeah. Okay, hey, Allison and Jordan, go fight about Homestuck and Glee somewhere else. I'm begging. Nobody wants to see this but you. Also, sorry if this breaks your no insulting each other streak. I can't weigh in on which one's worse because, again, I have partaken of neither. I have not the cursed knowledge. Shrek 2 is a very good movie. I will hop on that. Oh, Christ. Go fight elsewhere. I do seem to recall Luigi is the queen in Mario Chess, just because I've seen memes about it. So do with that what you will. My thought on Jordan and Allison's bet about not insulting each other. I think there's room for healthy insults between friends, but you've got to make sure that's not the basis of your friendship or something that has started to become serious. It's got to be loving burns only. You just got to check yourself, you become what you practice. I'm not weighing in on who I think will win. Listen, okay, this is also not a Shrek 2 recommendation chat. I mean, I guess it might be now. It's very possible. I fucking should have figured that this was going to end up being an astrology Homestuck and Shrek 2 chat. I don't know why I didn't see that coming. Shame on me. We've bowed to the inevitable. It's like, how did I come out to my mom? I started coming home. Well, I called her to tell her that I had joined the board of my campus's LGBT student group and came home with a bunch of buttons that said like queer and bi all over them. And she was like, hey, wait a second. I was like, yeah, here we go. It's coming out time. And she was like, isn't queer a bad word? You weren't supposed to use that when I was young. And I was like, oh, no, it's fine now. We call ourselves that and it's cool. And she's like, oh, okay. I just wanted to check. And that was pretty much it. I never had like a formal coming out. We didn't like really talk about it until several years later when I called her to tell her I was going on a date with a girl, at which point she was like, oh, cool. So like, are you a lesbian or what? But it was pretty, well, I was one of those kids that you looked at and you were like, she's gay. When I was like 14, my mom and I were driving to the grocery store and she was like, hey, I just want to make sure you know, it's okay if you're a lesbian. And I was like, I'm most certainly not, mother, because I was 14 and like deeply closeted. And it turned out I wasn't a lesbian. But it did turn out that I was not straight. So she was close. But yeah, it was, I was never hiding any of my, sorry, I'm about to sneeze. I'm back in. Woo! Yeah, no, I was never like hiding any of my gay activity from her or anyone. Thank you for saying bless you. Like my whole senior year of high school was just me gradually being more and more open about being not straight. My best friend and I came out as bisexual to each other in my car one day, and it was very sweet. And then as soon as I got to college, I was just like full bore, like, oh, let's be gay now. Like I never really like sat Megan down and was like, hey, so I have to tell you something, and I'm not a different person. I just need you to know. It was just literally like, okay, this is clearly your queer child. And it was never a question of like, is this okay? It was just a question of like, when are we going to directly talk about it? But it was never like okay, this has to be a big announcement. My mom has done many things right in her life. I think one of the biggest was like making very clear from the beginning that like literally like from my childhood that like being gay was not in any way a bad thing. And she did that like even like way before it was abundantly clear that I myself was a gay. I'm gonna like really get in on this one because I think it's really cool. But when I was like really little, I think the first time I ever remember hearing about gay people was like my mom was watching Oprah and someone was talking about being gay, and I asked her what that meant, and it was just like, oh, well, like, you know how like I was like playing with Barbies at the time. She's like, you know how like, your Barbie likes Ken and like, whatever, like sometimes like two women get together, two men get together, and like that's all that being gay means. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then I went back to my Barbies with like no idea of how relevant that foreshadowing was going to be. And then, like, years later, we were watching Grey's Anatomy together, and every time Callie and Arizona would kiss, I was like, and my mom very kindly did not say anything about that or call any. I guess there was like, it's okay if you're a lesbian, but she never like made a thing about it. Also, one time before my parents got divorced, we were watching a Lifetime movie, and there were like two guys making out, and my dad walked in. He was like, gross. And my mom was like, no, not gross. Get out. And I don't know if like that's because she knew by then that I was a gay child, but it was very cool of her either way. So she's a champ and a half. She's still awesome. At some point she called me last year to like tell me that she like yelled at her hairdresser and walked out because her hairdresser was saying some transphobic shit. She's like, and then I left and I did not pay her and I am not going back. And I was like, I love you. I've missed it. So anyway, that's how I came out to my mom, and more importantly, how my mom has been a banging ally since day one. Let's see. I missed a couple things. Remind me how you do a McElroy team name. It's your Oh, it's your favorite soda and your least favorite soda? What order does it go in? Help me out. I'm waiting on that answer. Least fave and then fave. I don't really have like a favorite soda because I don't drink pop, but I guess it'd be like ginger ale grape, which is a terrible name, but like so are all of the McElroy team names. So call me ginger ale grape, gag for short. Jesus Christ. So that's unfortunate. Gag McElroy. I know I missed some questions, but we got sidetracked speaking German. Do I have a favorite song from Shrek? It has to be Hallelujah because that's the only song from Shrek that I can personally play on my ukulele, and I think having committed that time to it makes me obligated to say it's my favorite. Did I miss anything else? Slushies or popsicles? Definitely popsicles. I worked at a slushie stand for too long to enjoy them ever again. Weirdest college thing I've ever done. I was super boring for the entirety of college. I don't know. Some of you have seen me during my college years. What's a weird thing I did? The time I got kidnapped was not a not weird one. I don't know. I did like all of my college years were like leading student organizations and attending conferences, and I was incredibly boring. I was really incredibly I didn't really have any like wacky college shenanigans. At Nathan, I own a free Edgar 2013 shirt. Can't ever get rid of it for nostalgia. Am I a crafty person like knitting or sewing? Sort of. No. I can sew kind of like holes in things, and sometimes they stay sewed. I'm still working on that. I would love to learn to embroider, but I think that's going to be a while. But it's a craft I would like to have. I want to learn how to do useful, like hands-on sewy type of things. But as of right now, I can't. I'm not like a hands-on crafty kind of person. My art form is very much in writing. Oh, Allison, you're clearly the best person in this chat, and I love you. I second what Nathan Spalding said. Add Mackenzie alludes to that one time they got kidnapped and doesn't elaborate to the bingo sheet. Fuck. Can we also add a Mackenzie cackles like a fucking raven? Let's see. Apple Fanta. Oh, I hate that. Let's see. Did you ever have a ridiculous food thing during college? I mean, I lived off like microwave mac and cheese for most of my first semester, so that was pretty bad. And then there was a recall on the mac and cheese because they found like metal shards in the packages. So I stopped eating it. Also, I still have like an involuntary gag reflex whenever I see that particular brand of mac and cheese now. So that was my weird college food thing. Whoops. I'm getting back into ramen noodles now again. Now I'm not even in fucking college anymore, and I'm starting to seriously enjoy it, which is bad. Oh God, we're having like international pop discourse. There's a lot going on here. That was a killer evil laugh. Inkling of a dream. That's just how I laugh. Eat the rich or guillotine the rich. Definitely guillotine them. I don't want them in my body. They don't get that. Nathan Spalding says, I know I've eaten something technically toxic at least 3 times, and I'd probably do it again. Nathan Spalding, I once met a guy who told me about how he was at a party and he popped open a couple glow sticks and drank them. And he's pretty sure the only reason he survived is that he was freakishly tall, and there was enough of him that the glow stick juice could like spread out and not group in one place and kill him. Oof. The only ethical consumerism under capitalism is eating the rich, I guess, but I don't personally want to eat them. Again, I don't need rich people in my body. It sounds corrosive. Have you ever eaten ketchup chips? I think so. I wasn't impressed. My friend ate the do not eat pack out of the beef jerky, and he's technically fine now. Technically. I want a button that says technically fine. Jesus God. Okay, I do want to remind y'all of our time crunch. I know we're having a good time talking about being technically fine. But we are at the 5-minute mark. If anyone wants to turn this into a rapid fire Q&A time, now's the time. Marjo is in the Netherlands. Allison, what kind of oil? Allison. Now I'm concerned. So wait, who ate an air freshener? Oh, this is, you know what? No. Favorite show that I watched as a kid? Fuck. Pokemon. That's not entirely accurate. Fuck. I just forget every show I watched as a kid. I really liked Zaboomafoo when I was like really tiny. I'll try to remember. I forgot every show I watched as a kid as soon as you asked that. What's the weather like in Michigan in June? It was warm last year. It better be this year, because if I don't get warm pride, I'm going to be mad. I got a little purple fringed vest that my friend sent me from Montana, and if it's not warm enough to wear that, I'm going to be pissed. Yeah, other people who saw Zaboomafoo, fuck yeah. Thoughts on Avatar: The Last Airbender? Good. So good. Holy shit. Just like absolutely exemplary children's programming. Was any other kid on the planet absolutely obsessed with Animal Planet? Yes, I was. I wanted to be a marine biologist. You think I wasn't out there binge watching Blue Planet? I was. And then I was like, hey, it seems like climate change is like kind of scary. And everyone was like, it's fine. And now here we are. Womp womp. Ooh. Favorite non-manatee animal? I respect most of them. I really cats are great. I'm basic as hell. What's like an exciting one? I like okapis. They look like mistakes. Do I like to travel? Yes, kind of. Traveling by train is not my favorite. I don't know why, but I really like traveling by airplane. I'm very good at it. It's because I've been, making very long flights home alone since my freshman year to visit my family. That's usually like 3 to 5 airports in a day. It's usually like a 9 to 12 hour day. And I'm really good at that. I'm very good at air travel. And I enjoy it very much. Thoughts on walruses? Friends. Top historical figure to punt into a volcano. There's so many of them. Andrew Jackson sprang immediately to mind. What a douchebag. Yeah, Ronald Reagan is also on the list. Just like most historical white men were shit, let's be real. God. Favorite dog breed? Yes. Much like Tom Hardy, I'm open to all dog breeds. Just because something isn't necessarily my type of dog doesn't mean I won't love that dog. Top bad sex scientist to put into a volcano. I try not to like dwell on people who are like saying things that I disagree with or like wrong. I like that Bridget is coming for the life of Pliny the Younger, though. Like, fuck that guy. I don't know. I really try not to dwell on the folks who are peddling bad sex info, especially because like, I mean, yeah, Freud sucks. If we're gonna pick anyone, I'm gonna say John Harvey Kellogg, because John Henry, it doesn't matter. There's a minute left, because he was like not only like super bad for a lot of reasons. Like he actively advocated for like chemically burning children's genitals to like keep them from masturbating. And I think when you've reached the point of actively mutilating children, you deserve to be chucked in the volcano. Um, but I think in general, like it's bad and reductivist to act like bad sex education is the fault of any one person. It's bad and reductivist to pretend like any social issue is largely the result of one person. So chucking one person in the volcano is maybe satisfying in a petty and vindictive way, but it's not going to fix anything. And yeah, Kellogg was the yogurt enema dude. And that seems like as good a note as any to end on. I want to remind everybody that next week we are going to be talking about a topic that I call Sex Doesn't Look Like That, Visual Media Lied to You. And then the week after that, we are going to be doing Sex Ed Show and Tell Night, I believe. I have something really cool lined up for that involved calling in a favor from a friend to get you really cool visual aids for various sexually transmitted infections. If I just said STD show and tell night, I'm sorry. I'm still working on like rewiring that language. STI show and tell night. So that's going to be pretty dope. And then we're going to be rolling through May. I'm trying to think. It's Sex Doesn't Look Like That. STI, it is not Lucia. It is not, it's STI show and tell night. It is something. There's something in the middle of May. Oh yeah, anyone who wants any like D&D character info, message me after this. There's something in the middle of May that I'm forgetting. Oh, Allison is going to be here. Fuck, I'm so dumb. And we're going to talk about figuring out sexual identity and orientation and gender identity and stuff. Yeah, that is Allison. And then at the end of May, I'm going to talk about makeup and my problems with it and why that doesn't make me a TERF. So that's what's coming up in May. Thank you all so much for being here and getting us to the double digits. Super excited to keep sex switching with you. I love you. Yeah, that's fine, Allison. Everyone have a beautiful night. Thank you for being here and behaving while you ask questions. I love you.